welcome to today's online broadcast of our franchise midweek service. Today, we leave the stage to the women to consider those peculiar issues and those burning questions in your heart as a woman of God and child and daughter of God. We thank God for the Franchise Love Festival. It's been amazing from day one. We'll be running into day 3 on Sunday, but we thought to give today's service to our women, the Daughters Ministry. When they come on set, you'd hear more about daughters. I'm trusting God that you join us on Sunday for day 3. We'll be hosting our friend Angelo, amazing music minister. We're going to have a wonderful time. I hope you come with your friends and family and you come to time. I'd like to also invite you right after this broadcast to join us on the platform of Zoom to pray for an hour. We just want to keep stretching ourselves and trusting God that this year we rise and we spread. I'll see you on Sunday by the grace of God, and I'm trusting that you're going to have an amazing time today. I pray in the name of Jesus that the fruits of today's broadcast will come and abide and abound in your life. Enjoy the service. God bless you. Bye.
Welcome to Franchise Love Festival, the Daughters Edition. So the Daughters is the Women's Connect of the Franchise Church, and today in the studio, we have some very amazing ladies to have a very interesting conversation. I'm Rachel. I am a project manager, community development strategist, and with me in the studio is...
Hi guys, my name is Vera. I'm an architect. I'm into construction and also into interior design, and also a project manager as well.
Okay, girl. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Ochi, and I'm just one thing, a money girl. So I'm a finance associate.
All right. Hi, my name is Ellie. I am a musician, recording artist. I am a worship minister. And I recently, the Lord has done it. I am a cybersecurity analyst as well.
Nice. So nothing is going to hack our conversation today. So every day when you go around in society, we hear a lot of things about relationship, everybody shouting God when, Instagram, and every comment you're seeing, God when, God when, God when. And I've been wondering, what exactly does a relationship look like in how we think, especially placing our society and what we see and the examples that are not so right that are before us? What exactly does a relationship look like? Oji, do you want to start?
All right. So, a relationship really is, for me, is coming to a place of vulnerability with, in this case, with a person, or if you like God, but it's just a connection, which is deeper than just regular, I'm friends with this person, or I met an acquaintance. So it's like being able to open up, to a person and not be afraid of being judged about your weaknesses. So I think that's the essence of having a relationship, somebody who has your back, knowing that you might be imperfect, but we can do this together. So let me just stop there.
You want to pick it from there?
Me? Yeah. Oh my God.
She's perfect. She don't know nothing about that.
Oh my, imperfections. In the topic of relationships, I feel like they are such a huge hindrance to growth, or let's say intimacy. Because, so take me. So personally, I know I have come a long way when it comes to insecurities and just the wrong mindset of who I am as a person. And I didn't really know that it was a problem with how I was relating to people. And I'm talking about just random friends. Yes. I would always feel like maybe my opinion isn't important. So I just sit down and be like, okay, when you guys are done talking, let me go, okay. Or I would feel like I couldn't tell you what was really going on with me because I felt people didn't care. The devil just knows how to warp the truth, and then you would just So I feel like imperfections, most of the time, we see them in the wrong light. It's not really a problem for you to have shortcomings because humanly speaking, nobody has everything.
True.
Like character-wise. So I feel like in relationships, it's very good to understand that having imperfections, that's the reason why you have community. So if I can't do something, I'm very sure Vera can do it.
Right.
Do you get? And if I can't learn it as I'm friends with her over time, then that's not really a relationship now, is it? So like over time, I realized that imperfections are just part of life. It's how you grow. That's how you know you're growing. When you count everything and you're like, oh, I used to be so silent, I'm not anymore. Like, and I feel like that's what relationships do for you. They just bring out like the true.
They bring out the true person that you are. Speaking of growth, Vera, growth and relationships, what do you see on that end?
Personally, growth is one thing that I really like and I look forward to, because I believe that as a person, it's all shades of wrong to remain at a particular level. Now I'm talking generally, life, relationship, everything that you want to pursue. I don't believe you should remain in a particular place. That's even a step a day is showing progress to growth. So now when we talk about relationship, dealing with one another, be it platonic, be it the romantic or whatever, it is necessary to grow because like Ellie said, imperfections are one of the things we need to feed off each other because we cannot have it all. She said, oh, you can't have it all in character. You can't even have it all in looks.
True.
Yes, like there is no, yes, you're tall, you're handsome, something is lacking, you self, you know. Do you get? So growth is that thing that happens when you're with somebody or you're with a community, like Ellie said, and it helps you to look at yourself and take a deep dive to say, you know what? There's something that is missing here. I've got anger issues. I want to be better. And before you know, it becomes a testimony, like we say, in the time past. If you talk one, you collect two. So you see, growth is important to just, you know, do something useful or meaningful with ourselves.
Yeah, so we move from one person who we once were, we work in community with each other, and then we look at ourselves and like, oh, we have come such a long way. It's like a tilt has happened in our lives. Yes, and then as we, hallelujah, that's good. All right, so I mean, in relationships, part of the things that we hear again in our generation is, you know, I don't mind if I'm going to shoot my shot. Nobody's going to stop me from shooting my shot. I will say it as I like to say it. If I see this person, I like this person, I'm about to just go and tell them that, Ace, look, I like you, brother. Talk your own. You're laughing, but do I approach him first or do I wait for him to approach me? I'm wondering, what exactly are your thoughts on that?
Confidence does not belong to me. I don't know. I mean, I do know people that it's you know, motivates me. I'm like, you can't do this. Like, I noticed that, how will I say it? I noticed that people that are that confident with shooting their shot, relationship-wise, are always confident shooting their shots, like, randomly. Like, they want to get something done and they're like, I want to get that thing done. You're like, but nobody said you could do it. I just feel like getting it done. I feel like nobody becomes a superhuman when they want to enter a relationship. They have like, you could see how confident they were before they did that. And I feel I do covet such, you know, confidence. I do not think there is one side to it that you say, oh, the guy has to like be the one. Let me tell you the honest truth. Some people don't know what they want. They can't see it properly. You know, scripture says that you find a wife. In other words, you're looking. Because like, you see one thing and you're like, she's a wife, but I don't know, is she my wife? You know, you keep looking to find. But like, sometimes the wife knows, and she's just there like, oh, this guy go there, they look, I they hear you, they look. Why? It would be nice to be confident enough to be like, hi, do you want to like, you know, I want to say grab a coffee, we don't do that here. Grab a coffee. You wanna, well, you know, Copper girls, like, do you want to
there's coffee shower.
do you want to grab a coffee? And the guy, I promise you, you have opened his antenna to pick the signal the Lord wants him to pick.
Okay, so you just tell him to grab a coffee, the antenna will open.
Yeah, no, that's the beginning now. You are preparing the environment. I'm just saying, like, it will go both ways.
Right.
She could do it. He should do it, but she could do it.
Okay, Vera, you don't seem to agree. The way I'm looking at your face.
Well, I'm just going to be very honest. I can't relate to shooting my shot to a guy.
It's not fun.
I personally think it's not my thing. I can tell you that, obviously, I'm not the only one that is in that boat. And to be very honest, a lot of us ladies would not do that because there's this stereotype. I call it stereotype because shooting your shot has worked for most ladies. I was telling someone yesterday and I was like, a lady met a guy and the guy was courting a lady and she told him, "You're my husband. When you people are done, let me know." And they are married today with 2 kids. So I don't think, so I would say there is no dynamics, there's no rules. There are no rules to these things. But personally, I ain't shooting my shot to no guy because I do not know how to deal with the no and stuff. I don't know how to deal with it, no.
A lot of people can't do it because they're afraid of rejection.
Exactly.
That's what I feel.
That's it.
Also, I think ladies don't like to feel like, how will I say it? If things go wrong, they would blame themselves for starting it in the
That's
first
true.
place.
That's
like,
true.
and I know that for a fact because I've seen it happen a couple of times. Like, if something is like, maybe now you're dating the guy for like 2 years, and you are the only person ever saying, "So when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married?" If not mistakenly, if you're not eventually married, and like things go rocky in between,
It looks like
all she's
you
going to be saying
wanted
is,
this.
"I think I forced him.
Yeah.
I think I'm the one that I think." And we ladies, we spiral down a hole that we shouldn't be in the first place. So like our brain just goes, "Why did I? Maybe I should have." But guys just go, "Well, it didn't work out. Like it didn't work out." Like we don't do that.
I'm going to see that from a place of honor because she places honor on the consequences of that action. She would rather, that's what I hear you say, because she places honor on that subject, the subject of, it'll be nice for him to come. It'll be nice for him to chase. It'll be nice for, the fanfare and the, exactly. It'll be nice for me to follow, and be like, yes, I did that. I scored that. So because of that honor for the subject, she wouldn't want to do that. I mean, that's good. But you said something that we're going to go back to, and that's like 2 years down the line. I mean, in 2 years of a relationship, what are the questions that we're supposed to be asking? Some people are like, they say let's talk about everything or every single thing. But me, I really don't know how to ask questions. I just like us to look at each other and just look at ourselves and smile and say, "Oh, you're so cute." Say, "You stop it." "You're so nice. You stop too." What are the questions we're supposed to be asking? Sometimes you spend, knowing that you're not going to know the person entirely in 2 years, but what are the questions that you'll be asking if you're in a relationship with someone, this relationship that's going to go to marriage, the marriage you're saying, God when? What questions are we meant to be asking? Because curiously, some people actually don't know the questions to ask in a relationship. So, Cara, do you want to yellow it up?
Okay. I'm going to say finances. I think that's the number one question you want to ask. Because I used to shy away from conversations.
I was thinking
like
it was
that.
the money girl that we asked finance, but
Yeah.
you went for it.
Because I used to shy away from conversations like that because I grew up in a home where I didn't think they sat down and had such conversations of money. Everybody just knew what they were supposed to do. But the times we are in now, things have changed. Because ask me why in these times, I keep hearing, that's what prompted me though. I keep hearing, what's she bringing to the table? So that question, when I asked around, I was like, what's prompting this question? I want to know, is it that you didn't see her woman enough before you approached her? Then it came down to the fact that he's talking about money. Because I heard a couple say, "Oh, you clean for me, you cook for me, what else are you bringing to the table?" And I'm doing the math and I'm like, in our parents' time, that's all she has to bring to the table, you know. But now we have now moved into a realm of money. So I feel like it's a conversation you should have with your partner. What are your takes? Do you have a problem with me coming into the relationship without anything?
Yeah.
Are you willing to do this, do that? I know couples that split school fees. So women will say, can never be me. So these are conversations you want to have before you're neck deep into 2 years for that matter.
To be honest.
You want to know, are we splitting rent? Are we having a joint account? Do I need your signature to take money, or do you need our signature to take money? When I'm in trouble, can I just sign and go? Do you trust me enough? Because I know couples that have cheated couples, like run with the whole money. So finance, like one of the services we have in church, too much of it or no little of it has broken homes.
Yeah.
So it's a very tricky conversation you want
That must
to
be
have.
hard. You
Some
are
women will
very
say,
emphatic on the finance.
some women will say, the children are not bearing my surname, so why should I pay their school fees? Whereas some women are splitting it, they have 4 kids. The men will pay 2 for 2, the women will pay for 2.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Is that a statement?
I know a couple, yes,
You're not like
it's a thing. You don't know yet. So
No, is the children don't bear my surname. So.
yes, because actually they did not bear my surname, they actually bear the man's surname, so he should cater. So these are conversations.
Interesting stuff.
He's catering for
So
you.
you want to cater for me to know? No. Now here's the thing. These are conversations you want to have.
Yes.
You want to have finance conversations. You also want to have genotype conversations. I don't want to hear your 1 year and 6 months.
Magically.
Then I found out that we're AS.
Miraculously.
Do you understand? Your genotype turned to color green.
Hallelujah.
Let's know what it is from the get-go.
Yeah.
If you are serious, though. Finances. And the third of it all, you will be shocking. It will be shocking to hear this, but what kind of relationship do you want to have with God? Do you want a deep kind? I once met a guy that told me, oh, I like God, though, but I have no intention of carrying him on my head.
Okay, that's nice.
Like how?
How, do you understand? Like, how do you like it?
What's that song? Otilo.
Otilo, he's gone. So what do you
I'm
mean
no longer in the
by, I
picture.
like God, but I have no intentions of carrying my head. So that's what you want to lead my family with. So I'm struggling devotion. I'm the only one struggling. Then, you know, this kind of a thing where I like my woman praying. Sir, won't you pray?
I like my husband.
So it's a very important conversation. I like my man praying. What's happened to your prayer life? So you want to ask, how deep is your love? How deep is it? What are we
Please,
doing
are you just
inside? No, I'm just thinking from my own personal.
we like your personal take.
Yeah, so it's very important to know how you people want to lead your home spiritually.
Yeah.
And it's a very good question to ask. Do you have a problem with me being a worker? Do you have a problem with me following ministry? What are your thoughts if God calls me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can I wake up 2 a.m. and speak in tongues and you're good with it? Or do you want to join me?
How would you deal with my death?
So there are a lot of tricky questions, but I leave the rest to you guys.
Wait.
The rest.
Do you want
So I leave the rest to you guys.
I could, okay. I'm speaking on behalf of people that...
Oh, are we too?
I'm speaking on behalf of the people that don't really like or know how to ask questions.
Yeah.
So I'm a questionnaire.
Good.
I do take joy, even with my friends.
Knowing.
And I give like a disclaimer. I go ask a lot of questions. Like I tell people right from the get-go. But I know that sometimes it's hard. So when I don't know for sure how people would take, you know, my nature, I try my best to be very observant, especially when I am privileged to be in the same space with them,
Good person, yeah.
like constantly, because so many people lie. Yeah, and sometimes, will I say they don't want to lie, but people want, how will I say, you know, when you are toasting somebody.
It fits what you want.
Yes, you would shape yourself
into
a
what the person wants. Yeah,
And
because
it's
the
not
person's
like
spec.
it might not be a lie, but it's just not you in the long run.
Yes, yes.
So like you shape yourself in a way, and I noticed that that's why a lot of people say, "Well, he was not like this, she was not like this." I'm like, I promise you, they were.
That was him. Yeah.
They were always like this, but you took their words
They're
over
taking a
every
shape
other
for
thing you
you.
saw. So like being observant saves you a lot of conversations sometimes.
Yeah.
Even before talking about money, sometimes you would notice the way the person
Spending
is just
habits. True.
the person immediately you don't see end of
Alert.
month. You just like, baby, do you want to go out?
You're already seeing his spending habits.
It sounds nice because you would enjoy it that he wants to take you out, every beginning of the month. But it's a salary.
Yeah.
Every end of month, he's taking half. He's saying, I'm going to take my baby out. But like, guess what? Like, it's bigger than that. I know guys that from now are saving towards their wedding.
Yeah.
Some of them are not entirely sure that they will marry who they are dating, which is sad. But they are at least having a plan. Not that they'll be messaging all their family members some months to the wedding saying, your son is getting married, will you show some love? Like you see men like that and you're like, oh, you're setting to an extent without even asking questions that this person is actually quite responsible.
Yeah.
Same way someone is kind, not just the way they treat you, but how they treat other people. So like you can't say, oh, my boyfriend is such a great person. Oh, why? He just really dotes on me all the time. Like, does he even talk to your sister? Yeah. Do you get it? Like, does he treat your friends like his friends, even if they don't talk all the time? Like when they see, because I have a friend of mine is married now. It's quite scary for me to say it out loud because I feel like I'm a toddler. But she's married, and I haven't seen her husband in my life because they live really far away. But every time I talk to him on the phone, you would think we've known each other. So she's so comfortable with the fact that she knows that her very close friend and her husband are like cool. Like if something is happening and I can call them like, what exactly is happening? It's like a safe circle for her. So like I feel like if you don't really know how to ask questions, just be quite observant. Yeah. Just take note of things that people say but don't do. You understand? Yeah.
That's very so. Like I'm just going to write off on what she has said, because like when Vera was speaking, apart from the money thing, I was going to speak on like the need to be observant, because the truth is, life is so broad. There's so much. I mean, discussions to be had. We cannot exhaust them here. Discussions that need to be had, yes, in relationships. So as she was speaking, so one of the things that I believe, I mean, I might be wrong, it's just my opinion. So the thing is, I think that it's important to know how people react to change. The truth is that people evolve. Yes. The person that you're meeting now is not going to be the same person in 2 years, 5 years, if you marry the person. So I saw a post one day, the guy was saying like nice things about his wife, how he met a 19-year-old young girl and then she became a 20-year-old video this, then a 21-year-old this. And it is so true because people change over time. Sometimes they don't even know, they don't even know that is happening. But because you're the one with the privilege to like be in their life and then you see. So for me, I think it's imperative to understand how a person will react, And like when Vera was speaking, she said something very profound. She said, she spoke about if I decide today that, I'm going to start, because these things happen. So people get married and then all of a sudden one person wants to start going to church. Yes, and it usually, I know that it causes I've seen it causes a lot of trouble because the other party is like, no, this is not how I met you. Yeah. We were going to club. Yeah. We were going to, So I think one of the things, it's important to understand how like a person reacts to change. Yeah. Are you going to be patient if you know, if something like this happens, are you going to be able to, you know, talk me through some things, talk me through if you notice that I'm behaving in some kind of way, are you going to point it out to me? Are we going to talk about it? So I think that's really important. And the truth is, I mean, it's good to have these conversations, but more often than not, these things are learned by observing. True. So you can just see that, oh, when I did this person, this was the way he reacted. And then at that moment, you're able to decide, okay. But then conversations are always nice. Yes, very important. So, like I said, there's so much to talk about. Another thing is, for me, values, because values have to align. You have to say it outright. Number one, these are the things that I'm not going to compromise on. So that if you're not okay with it, let's know, like, you're a great guy, great person, but it's not you, it's me. but yeah, so like, values are, you know, very important for a person to really understand, this is where you stand, this is where I stand. Is it on the same ground? You know, are we on level grounds? Is this something we can work out? You know, and then, I mean, it's good because then sometimes a person is now able to, like we started off with, you know, grow. Like if there was an area they're lacking, and because of your refusal to compromise on that, they're now like, if you're really willing to make it work, then you see that, oh, I'm also changing. I'm becoming like her. Oh my God.
I'm not becoming a better person.
Yeah, exactly.
All those vows make me a better person.
Yeah. So values are really important. Another thing for me is style of parenting. Is very important. Let me know what you think is okay. Some people will say, don't touch my child. Don't do, and so because we didn't have these conversations when we were dating, then I'm trying to correct my child. Then you come in and say, don't ever. And see, that's the thing for me. Yes. So because the child then sees that, oh, I did this, mommy tried to correct me, daddy warned her. So there's sort of like a yes, yes. So, and I know this because I've worked with children a lot. So these things affect them. And sometimes they either go, sometimes they even have the guts to go and report mommy to daddy. Yes. Because I try to, you get. So because they see that no matter what I do, my daddy is going to, or my mom, because it can be either, yes. So I feel like parenting style is very important. Know how it is, know what you, yes, thank you, what you want to see in your children, you know. And that's another thing for me. I believe that sometimes if you're dating another, I don't want to say another party. Like when you're in a relationship here, some of the things for me is, like I said, it's not it's not for every, it's not a one way. But I feel like if you're picking a person, sometimes just look, is this how I want my son to be? Is this how, if my son grows up to be like you, am I going to be happy about it? Yes. Have to be as a role model. So, you know, so those are some of the things that I think are very, you know, people don't remember to talk about it, but they're really important. And the thing about parents is that immediately you're born, that's it. Like you just have to, yes, honestly, like you just have to hit the ground running because your baby is there already. You have to start, you know, yes. So those are really, and another very important thing is like I said, it cannot be exhausted. Yes, especially because we are in a generation or in a society where sort of anything now goes. So like you have to be sure of what you're doing. So now people are saying, for instance, a guy is saying that he cannot even marry a woman, that she must be cooking every day, she must be doing this, she must be doing that. And the woman is saying, I can't, better go and hire cook, better. So those are conversations that need to be had. Right. I need to know what's your take. Because I've seen like sometimes, if I come back by 8 and I'm tired, what are we going to do? How much are you willing to help? Will you help me pick the beans? Then when I come back, I'll cook it. Can you do let me know? No, it's true. I believe. Let me know where your threshold is. Let me know how far you're willing to go. So that if I know that you have decided that you're not even going to do anything domestic at all, if I want to, then, if I decide that, okay, then I know that I made the decision. Yeah. So, but if we don't have these discussions and then I just enter and I'm surprised that this man cannot even say, let him help, So those are just a few of the things. Like I said earlier, like the list cannot be
actually endless.
Yeah.
There's something that Vera didn't mention in her list, but she actually talked about it, is conversation about surnames. You will be shocked how many people actually want their wives to bear their surname, and the wife is like, I'm really not about that surname thing. My father's name opens doors. Yeah. My brother, you cannot shut my door for me. Who is your daddy? You cannot be shutting my door for me. I want to keep my father's name, and then we don't talk about it. One other thing that I think is it would be nice to mention is conflict resolution. How do we deal with problems? Because sometimes we are angry, we want to tear down everything. Oh, you're such a this and such a that and such a that and such a that, and then it eats into the self-esteem of our partners. It eats into the self-esteem of even the people that are watching us, children, our friends, our extended family, our in-laws. That conversation, our in-laws,
That's something I was going to talk about. Those in-laws thing, sorry to interrupt you. It just crossed my mind. No, that it has been there. What are your thoughts about family? Do you want nuclear family or extended family? Yeah. For example, I grew up in a home where strictly nuclear. That's what my dad and my mom wanted. So whosoever was coming from my dad's place or my mom's place, there was some sort of understanding that, okay, this is what we're doing, this is how we're staying. Some people don't have these conversations, and their wives are just lounging at home one day and they get a call. My brother's cousin sister is coming to the house. Then she goes, baby, how long? I don't know, maybe months. And need I remind you that the moment there's an added mouth, 2 or 3, you're already thinking of food, expenses. Things pile up without even you understanding as a man. If she was cooking for 2, she's cooking for 3. She was cooking for 4, she's cooking for 5. You see how you brought in drama without even realizing. So I think that conversation is something you want to have. Do you want to live with people, your first year, second year, third year, fourth year? Or do you feel like, just visit and go home?
Do we have the space for that as well? Interesting. So I'm no longer interested in a relationship. You see this brother like this, I didn't want to do it, because Ellie said sometimes the people can be dating somebody and they are already putting a job for marriage. Well, they are not even sure that that's the person they are going to marry. How are you going to walk away? Just tell your best. What's that truth they used to say? Your best truth. Your best church Jesus Christ truth.
In a nutshell, how to break up.
Yes, now. How are you going to cleanly break up?
Well,
Are you going to run away? Just carry your bag, change country. You will change country.
Oh, no, I'm just dramatizing what you're saying.
Oh, you just carry your bag.
I'm not the best to answer this question.
I'm just at the airport right now. I want to change country.
I'm the definition of drag. Is a bad habit.
Okay.
I don't want to be the one to like break your heart.
Oh.
So I'll wait till I'm tired too. You know, I say, so when you know say I have to like pretend like I'm not at I'm like, oh, hey, I'm okay, fine, if that's what you want. My inner
Will you cry like fake tears too?
No, those things are better done over the phone. So they don't see your face.
So you wake up and
not
write the
take my
phone.
advice. This is the old me. This is me in the past. This is me of the past. I'm just saying, yeah. Back then, I would prefer to like drag it. Like, just, don't you see I'm tired? Can't you feel the vibe? I'm tired too now.
So you give them tired vibe.
Yeah, not exactly, but I just pray to the Lord, Father, tire this man. Tire. I'm just kidding, but like, yeah, some people don't know how to like. But I am. I promise you. Like I said, please, this is the past. I'm not even joking.
It's hypothetical, you know, just
it did happen
scenario,
in real life,
please.
but it happened in the past. The old man.
And that one is dead.
And that man is dead. Okay, yeah.
So what will you do?
A simple conversation would do.
Will you be nice in that conversation?
Yeah,
But Vera,
actually, I think
Vera, say it again.
it's simple. Like I said, because for me,
God, I beg.
I'm already tired. I've checked out mentally. I don't like being caged.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have a simple conversation. We're just going to sit. So personally, if I tell you we need to talk, I think we're done. So we're just going to have a conversation. Probably have over food.
What did the person
So just a joke.
No, the person will be fine.
The person will just like,
No, honestly, like over food. And now this is what I will do. Or I have
Thank
done.
God. I'm not going to cry over this, sister.
This your past as well.
No, actually, it's not in
It's
the
your
past.
present.
It's a practical way of dealing with things.
in your present.
Conversations. And while I'm going there, I've already outlined everything that has actually gone wrong and will go wrong if you continue.
Okay.
So for your good and my good, it's not working.
Wow.
I'm setting you free. Literally.
Wow.
I'm good.
For your good, for my good.
This is
No,
another
quite
angle.
frankly,
Setting you
I'm
free.
setting you
Releasing you
No,
from
seriously.
bondage.
Seriously, we're doing both of ourselves a favor. To be very honest, I don't break up
Truth.
because no, truly. I've never walked up to a person that has been all shaped and nice to me and said, no, these things end. Usually what they do is they want to drag like Ellie. The guys want to drag. They know they've checked
Early
out.
of the past.
Of the
Okay,
past.
early of the past, the guys knows they've checked out. You know what I do? I decide to be the grown one between me and
Grown.
you. And I tell you, I know you've checked out. It's okay. That's why you're no longer picking the calls as usual. You are now busy. The busy you were not busy before when you were asking me.
Okay.
Not checked out.
Exactly, because it's
You know
possible
what?
that they haven't actually
You know
checked
what?
out.
You know
Call to
what?
service.
That's
It's a call to service.
No, that's the thing. That's why I said conversation.
Yeah.
That's your point to prove.
Yeah.
That's
True.
where you talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you say, oh no.
What's really
Babe,
happening?
that's not what's
Yeah.
really happening. You
I'm just really
But when
busy.
you keep me quiet and let me finish and say we are done, then we are done.
Oh, nice. Okay. We are done. Okay, is that you? We are done too.
But we just learned a new thing.
We
no
are
longer
done.
say it's not you, it's me. We now say, I'm setting you free.
Go into the world.
It's a setting free something.
Yes.
You know, because I have an experience where
You
somebody
don't
said,
have to lie to me no more.
We're not on the same world.
You
And
don't
I
have to
asked the
lie to
person,
me no more.
why are we not on the same world? And the person said, because I'm a last born and you are quite like a firstborn. So last borns and firstborns don't come together. Let's break up.
Interesting stuff.
And I'm like,
Where is it coming from?
where from? But we had been dating last born. And you were last born, I was firstborn. You knew this. That we were really not in the same
You
world.
see, you such a person you need to set free.
I set you free.
Oh my God,
Don't lie to
but
me.
that
Don't go
setting
to
free
hell
was really bad.
because of me. I'm setting you free.
Because then, like, it's true. Because then people start to look for the flimsiest excuses to just.
Do you understand? To stay where you don't want to stay. Be free.
So go. Now that you have gone, can you now allow your friend to marry your ex since, well, set them free? Can your friend marry your ex?
Well,
They're angles to it.
like I said, there are angles to it.
Yeah.
And there are different kind of friendships for me.
Okay.
So I rank my friendships. There are deeper levels to it.
Yeah.
Personally, I have a best friend. And I can say off and on camera, I would never date her ex. Do you understand? Yeah. It's done for life. So, like, as she was done, me too, I was done on her behalf. Do you understand? Do you get? We were done it together. Because I believe what's good for my best friend is tentatively good for me. And what's bad for her is bad for me.
And if she drop you,
Another thing,
I drop you.
another angle, like, even though, like, to be honest, maybe I'm just using it canal mind though, but if you are like, I don't know, if my friend, I really don't know. Like, I'm saying this because I know that sometimes, because, okay, I was going to say first that sometimes it depends on the nature of the exing of the breakup.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes some things are just in here exactly. So it's not any of that. Which if you think about it, is also not very nice, because if your friend now sees this guy that the only reason we are not together is because of genotype, not that we didn't work out in any other area. Exactly. So those are the issues. I feel like it might work for some other people. But with me, I think it's usually very messy. Yeah, it's a lot of drama. And really, to be honest,
I'm just go.
If people heal, there's no point glorifying the injury anymore.
God bless you.
Sometimes people have actually moved past. Some people are married. Some people are out of the country. Some people are more established or grounded in life. And then you say, oh, like she said earlier, wisdom is the time out. There are levels to the friendship.
Thank God.
If somebody that was my friend in secondary school or my classmate, I just talk to her sparingly, like sprinkle here, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy
That's an
Birthday,
acquaintance.
and then there are some people that you have to talk to them every day. If not, it just sounds weird to you, or you have to talk to them like at least 3 times in a week, like it's strange to you, and then you were equally as invested in that relationship. They're actually people like that.
Because the irony of that very close friend.
Yeah.
All the dirty
It's like what he did not
how
do.
did he become attractive to you?
Do you understand?
How did you do it?
But like you said,
How did you run the script?
No, you can be so
in your
Christ-like
head?
that regardless of what he had done to your friend.
No,
No,
like I said,
I'm forgiving. No. There's no hard feelings. But I'm just thinking, out of so many men in the world,
bro, you're in our past.
you're the only one left.
why is it you?
You're the only man left.
Okay, that's okay. So you met a guy in church, and this character is not character. Brother, do you know Jesus? Because these things you are saying, I didn't understand them.
Sure this is church.
How exactly are you going to handle that? Church is not churching inside him. Like the same word that you're hearing is channel wording inside him, but we met in church, and we're supposed to be. How are we going to deal with it now? How are we going to?
Something apart from Jesus.
To throw more light into that, there's anything I've learned as a believer, and that one that enjoys the gathering of the people. You see, I didn't mention church. A believer, one that enjoys the gathering of the people. The church constitutes of a lot of people. So the fact that she's a chorister, he's a chorister, doesn't mean they've got some solid relationship with Christ, or they know what's happening at all. Some people just come to mark attendance. Oh, were you in church? Oh, yes, I was in church. Bless you, brother.
The storm. Hallelujah.
After he preached the storm, how practical is it in your life? 0. So when you carry such mentality and you meet a sister, I instantly tell people, church or no church, test all spirits.
To be honest.
Church or no church, even if you met him at the roadside, he may be making more sense than that brother in church. No shades, no pun intended. Same thing with our sisters.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's very important to get to know the person beyond I met you.
In church.
Church is just a place.
So that we're not going to be saying the church is a bad place to meet people, because
church is just a place where believers gather. And should in case you did not pick a child of God, I apologize. But do your due. No, that's the thing. Should in case you were attracted and this person is actually not as deep as you felt the person should be, don't take it out on the church. It's not the church, it's you. You should pay close attention. is this person a practical Christian?
Yeah.
Does this person do what we say? So, and the only way you find out is when you start having conversations, because you'll be surprised. You hear some things from the so-called church brothers and you're amazed. You've not heard it from the worldly guys before. So that tells you instantly, in church, we are in church, but we are
Different levels of maturity as well.
Some people in church are not even born again. So you need to
Not yet born again, because
So
the
you
word will
need
keep
to-
entering.
Yeah, so you need to watch these things.
Like, yes, I was going to what Rachel said is very profound, because sometimes I'm not trying to be this thing, but the thing is sometimes people really do want to change. It's not like they're bad people, but they're just not at a place yet. They're just not at a place yet, you know. And so it's not, it might not be that. So in fact, some people, they just started coming to church, you know, and they're still trying to find, you know, and it's not like they don't want to be Christians. It's not like they don't want to grow, but they're just not, you know, at that place yet. So it's not even, they might not even be bad people, but it's just, so I'm just saying, like if I hear somebody saying, well, maybe because of the society we're living in now, I don't think I'm even surprised about things anymore. But it's just, that's where I then feel that my responsibility, you know, to keep myself, to keep my space, you know, keep my heart pure, keep my space. So this brother, you might know that, oh, he's trying to be good. Don't go and then put yourself in a situation where, and the thing is, sometimes we think that we're stronger than we really are. Right. You think that, oh, maybe I'm the one God said I should help this guy.
In the name of I met him in church.
Honestly. God, please.
Is that flashback?
You had a flash. She just thought about something. It's like I've been a culprit of being the helper of helper more than Jesus.
Holy Spirit did not send me.
Honestly, the one God did not send you want to do it. But so that's the thing. Like, you just tell yourself that you're not a bad person. I'm not even judging you. In fact, it's me. I'm judging myself. I'm judging myself. Like, I need to take care of me, you know, at this point in time. So if you need to watch it, because the truth is, if this start happening now, it's going to keep happening. Some people that you feel that, oh, sometimes they're OGs in the church, you know, they're this strong this, and then when you meet them, you're like, he's not the minister we see every Sunday. So, but it doesn't mean they're bad people. Maybe they're struggling.
There's grace and there is mercy for all of us.
It can also be that they are bad people. But like I said, I just tell myself that I'm in this situation. I can pray for you from afar. I'm my responsibility. I'm who I can control, you know. So I just do the things that are necessary to keep me in check, to align. Yeah.
It's been an interesting conversation, but you know, we've been talking about the Love Festival has been on for a couple of weeks. Every message has been a hit back to back. Yes. You know, for me, the first Sunday, Pastor just came and said, the only way to make relationship work is to die. Hey, I'm like, Pastor, be calming down. Because now you just need to mention my name and say, Rachel, die. You know, you could have just called my name on the microphone. For every one of you, and this is closing now, how practical has the messages that we have heard, how has it been for you with your work, the people that you have to work with, different teams sometimes every week? You know, because it's not just even only the love relationships. He said for every relationship to work, you have to, sometimes in my head, I'm like, Rachel died today. I'm like, Jesus, this death, I want to die, but. So how have you been putting this into practice in whether it's your relationship with your men or your relationship with your sibling, your relationship with people at work, the people that work in teams with you? Anybody can go first and we just roll from there. Anyone.
So I do believe that friendships are the backbone of a lot of things. So like beyond romantic relationships, I feel like if you're a good friend, you have like a higher chance of being a good partner and spouse. So what I'm really taking from this series so far is the fact that, how will I say it? You are not always the problem. Like if people don't want you, like people don't see themselves with you, sometimes you are the problem, but you're not the problem all the time.
Rejection.
Yes, because like, see yourself as something or someone worth, the fight and the chase. You are an achievement. Like, let people be proud to say, this is my friend. Not always you saying, oh, I have cool friends. Oh, my boyfriend is this, my boyfriend is that. But like, you yourself are someone else's, I don't know if this is the right word, but like, you're someone else's reward. Like, so God said is, see, I want to give you something good. Here's Rachel. Like, feel like that. Like, and if people don't, if they're not on the same level with you like that, it's fine. They can leave. You can leave. Like, it's okay. And also, one other thing that is like, I'm taking it with me in my handbag everywhere I go now is learn to receive love. Some of us really want to be lovers, but we don't really know how to receive it, especially from God. So like, open your heart and let Him just punch all the wahala away. Like, perfect love casts out all fear. So like, I'm learning to receive love. Try my best. But yeah.
Oh, good. Oji, are you banking on rejection and learning to receive love? What are you taking with Oji?
So, God, I don't even know where to start. So, like you said, how have we been, applying it? The truth is, it hasn't even been really easy because there are some people, I just want to slap your head. Are you even okay? Honestly. And thank God, I mean, that's saying a lot because I like to think that I'm sort of like a patient person. I mean, but sometimes I'm just, please. But it's always wonderful to always reflect on the love that God has for us, because then you then use it to, before when we were young, they used to tell us, what would Jesus do?
Yes,
and then it just became
sound like some
exactly
sweet thing to say.
Yeah, but then it's really the truth, because sometimes I then say to myself, oh, because me, I know that I mess up sometimes, and I've seen the overwhelming mercies of God. And so I'm in a situation and I'm like, maybe this person actually doesn't mean it like this. So it's possible that she is, she's having, maybe this is her thought process. So that's the thing. I then try to
make excuses.
Yes, and then I calm down and do what Jesus will do in Jesus' name. So I think it's the truth is, like, when we constantly think of God's love for us, it changes us. It changes us. Then the thing about you dying is good. Put yourself under. That's a pride that wants to come out. You put it under. The selfishness that wants to come out, you put it under. The self exaltation, yes. The self exaltation, you put. You might even be right, but just calm down first. Help. I'll be listening to what another person is saying. Just make the person too feel loved. And another thing is, like Ellie said, we are also like rewards, because it's very easy to see the achievements of other people, the flashlights of other people, and then like feel less. And sometimes these people, rejection, I feel like everybody at one point or the other, you might have, sort of, even though I think that there are special people.
They've never gone through rejection before.
They
Oh,
can't
right.
relate. But I mean, it was really that message. I think it was one of the midweek service.
First midweek service.
Yes, about
Yes,
rejection.
reject.
Oh God, that message was what?
Reject.
Like you, hey God, where would?
It is
Yes,
on
it is.
YouTube.
Please,
If you want
like,
to watch
go
it,
and
The
look
Reject.
at it.
An amazing.
But I mean, even being rejected, both in a relationship, like just
At work.
normally, sometimes just know that is their loss. I mean, it doesn't mean you should like dwell in your bad behavior. Yes, but like sometimes God is actually saving us from a lot by the simple no's that we get. And it's also like you just mentioned, mission over emotion. It's very important. Even like in that statement, it transcends like just love relationships.
Absolutely.
Yes, it transcends, because sometimes at work, like we're doing a work and you want to get upset and you're like, no, the aim is we're working on this task. The goal is to accomplish it. This emotion is not going to help right now. So like then you start to focus on where it is that God will have you be, what He wants from you in that moment, as against your feelings. And it might not be easy, but it's so rewarding. It really is fulfilling, because when you see the achievement, you're like, God, you mean we did this? I was able to do this. And honestly, this love thing this love being is really overwhelming.
It's a grinding process of death that leads us to look more like Jesus. Yeah.
Two things. One, I'm a recipient of God's love, and as one that is not meriting of it, I have no choice than to give that love. The moment I stop giving it, which was never mine, the first place, I have failed the sole purpose of creation. And that's one thing I have learned, because I used to say, oh no, I'm a good person. This person showed me shaggy. I'm not going to be a good person again.
Yes.
Who told you had the power to be a good person in the first place?
Yeah.
So, having the illustration that Pastor T shared with us, that the moment I stop being one that gives out love as a recipient of love from God, I stopped the sole purpose. That means I've stopped the tap of flowing of love.
Yeah.
So whether I'm giving love to someone that is not deserving, because like I said, I'm not deserving. Who is man that God is mindful of?
Yeah.
So He showed me that love regardless. It's my mission to show that love
And take it, transcend it.
So the second thing would be, God's love is not vindictive, it's redemptive.
Yes.
So
Yes.
That's the summary.
Yes. And
That wisdom, I told you.
and knowing that God's love is not vindictive, it's redemptive. I really struck that first service, and even the service on the reject, and last week, there was one struggle that was on my heart. Reciprocity is a thing. There are some times when you pour out and pour out and pour out, and you're like, God, not only me they pour, can't I just receive? And because there is no reciprocity, I then sometimes make a decision to say, you know what, this is the end of the road. I'm done. And I'm moving forward. This friendship is just sapping me. Like what I like to say. Some things are nice to say, but they're not God.
Yeah.
In those times, I find that, why did I throw this friendship away? I threw it away because I felt like, I had given so much love. I am now an embodiment of love, and this person is not giving me love back. There is no reciprocity. So cut it out. Let's move on to the next person. And I kept probably looking for reciprocity. But through this love festival, I have found that Jesus Christ is not looking for your reciprocity, the one that you are doing every day and cutting you off. And then you stand as judge and jury and begin to cut off. So if I am as Christian as I am meant to be, like Christ, literally not just as a religion, but walking in the steps of Christ and coming to that fullness of Christ, I need to look at Jesus. How is He loving? Okay. How is Jesus doing this? How is Jesus showing kindness? How is Jesus How is Jesus in his society? What did Jesus do when he was here? The Bible is there for us to reference back to for all that he did and all that he has been. And it's really my earnest desire and prayer that on this earth we truly become like Christ. That our lives are living epistles of the word of God, such that men look at us and they say, oh, because of you, I will come to God, or because of you, I will choose a life that is undeniably Christ. It's always my prayer that every single thing that is anger, lasciviousness, backbiting, malice, whatever has existed in my life or in our lives, you know, as we are learning about the truth of what love is through the festival, it shows in our relationship, how we do with other people, how we are even neighbors, how we are driving on the street and we're affecting lives of people, how we are tossing things in the bin or we're throwing them out in our streets. These things happen are things that I pray for to happen, especially with us and in our nation as we walk in this journey of love. I'm really, really thankful to every one of you for taking out your time and doing us the honors of being on this seat today. We will be seeing you again, and we know we'll be continuing this conversation over and over and over. But thank you guys for watching. It's been an amazing time. I hope that this blesses you. You'll see the offering account number on the screen. Please support the work of God. It takes a lot of resource, time, and sacrifice to do this and to bring this to you. And join us on Sunday for Love Festival Day 3 at BWC Hotel, VI, opposite Eco Atlantic in Victoria Island, Lagos. If you're in the neighborhood, join us. Make it your intention to come and listen to the truth of the love of God. God bless you and have a good evening, guys.